You guys have done your tour over where you're based now in Houston, and you come back and done a mini tour around Europe. Results didn't go our way, but how would you kind of assess the preparation so far?
Well, I've assessed it pretty well. I think we've had different, objectives at different points of the program. In Houston, it was about finding out who could play, which of our younger players could help us in what roles. Trying to make some cuts, learning to play without, maybe Luol or Pops. Coming back here when we landed in Loughborough, it was really about trying to find the rhythm of our team. I think we played well in those games against France and Spain. I mean, we should have won the France game, but we're learning still. I mean, even though we have veteran players and we have an experienced crew overall, we haven't played together that much. This is the first time we've ever had Pops, Luol, Rob, Joel, on the roster at the same time. So it's our best team, but it's still as a team that has to gel, the team has to learn how to make winning plays at the end of the game. And we still have half a dozen games to be able to figure that out.
With regards, obviously, you're talking about the cutting of players and the final selection of the roster. Did you kind of have in mind how heavily you wanted to be stacked with the bigs or guards? Because at the moment, obviously we've got quite a proliferation of big guys in the team.
Yeah, I mean, every year it's been different. I mean, last year we went small. The year before that in Poland we went big, and we left it open. I mean, we're lucky in two ways. One is Luol can play anywhere between 2 and 4, so that's like adding another player. He's going to play a heavy minutes, so we feel that at the perimeter spots maybe we can go a little lighter. We have a strength in bigs. Our strength, our depth, and our experience is, and a lot of our talent. A lot of our high-level talent is right there. So we feel that if we can use those guys, in a tough physical rotation, we can maybe gain an advantage there. And then we discovered Dan Clark looked really good in our stuff, moving him to the 3. So that allows us to move Lou to the 2 and Dan at the 3 and go really big. And, we traditionally have a small backcourt. Nate, Mike, Andrew, Lawrence, Kyle Johnson. Those guys they're all really good players, but they're all on the smaller side. So we feel we have a chance. We can go small, we can go big, we can mix it up. And I'm happy with the decision we made. I mean, I think a guy like Kieran is also a little bit like Dan. He can play anywhere between 3 and 4, so he can even guard 5s. He's got experience, and just to go out there and make a play and find a way to help the team in 2.5 minutes, and that's what it's about.
So in your mind, have you started sort of getting your rotations in place, or is that not how you would look to do things?
No, we're working on our rotations all the time. I think our rotations are slowly coming together. We've had early on in this campaign, we've had some foul trouble, which is, that's the other thing is there's a lot of foul trouble in these games. And we have the depth up front to be able to survive that.
Gotcha. Obviously back in the UK now.
Yeah.
I'm back on your old stomping ground. Many friends and family coming to see you?
Well, I mean, no family coming to Sheffield. Got a lot of family coming to London, but none coming to Sheffield. Certainly got a lot of friends here. So things have been so busy, I haven't really connected with them the way that I'd like to have, in advance. Really, a lot of focus going into this mission right now. So socializing and everything take a back seat, but I'm sure I'll catch up with some people that real close to here.
Without meaning any disrespect to Portugal, was it always the plan to have an easier team to get you guys maybe a little bit of more confidence going into games? Because obviously your schedule so far has been Olympic contenders pretty much all the way through.
Well, we wanted Olympic contenders right out of the chute because we wanted our younger players to play against them, and we wanted to make sure we were making an assessment in an environment that they're going to have to succeed in. So that was probably the most important thing about our early schedule. The fact that they all ended up in the Olympics, every team we played and it ended up in the Olympics is, a little more coincidence it was, but we knew they were strong teams anyway. Portugal has a long history of giving British basketball fits. They play a very open style. We like to play an open style. Sometimes, that we get drawn into maybe a little bit more of their style than ours. But I wouldn't say any of these games are easy. They got a good team. They got a good experienced team. They were tough out last year in Lithuania when we played them. So we're just happy to be able to get back after a couple days' work and knock the rust off and use these games to do that.
Looking forward to the Olympic group stage. I presume the coaching staff, you've started studying the teams that are in the groups and things like that. Is that something you've put onto the players yet? Have you started talking specifics?
No. We will shift our focus to the group, probably coming out of this weekend. We have, we know exactly who's in our group. We feel we have a really good read on all those teams. Our first game is Russia out of the gate. We couldn't have gotten a tougher draw. I mean, we just have, we just had two not so good experiences with them. So we got a lot of work to do, but that's a really tough first game for us.
And last question, in the Olympics, have you got a target in your mind? What's an acceptable performance for GB basketball?
I don't work on the basis of acceptable.
Okay.
I work on the basis of what's possible, and I think it's possible for us to play well, get out of the group, take our chances, and do something special.